In this video, I'll be showing you how to color grade your raw photos when it comes to Camera Raw or even Lightroom. So this is going to be more of a Photoshop tutorial. So the very first thing to importing this image taken by Abraham Pictures is simply dragging and dropping it into Photoshop to open up in Camera Raw. So in Camera Raw, I'm using Camera Raw 18.2 for this kind of tutorial. So the very first step to color grading is always making sure that you have a display or monitor that is going to be showing you accurate colors, because you can't color grade if you're not seeing the colors well or accurately on your computer or screen. So the next step is, first of all, correcting the light and contrast issues regarding your image. So for this, I'll simply come and decrease on the highlights to recover information in the outfit. Then I'll also decrease on the whites to recover more information in the outfit and get rid of the hot spots, especially on the skin. Then I'll come and add contrast to this very image to about 17. Looks okay because I prefer more contrasty images. Then I'll open up the shadows of this very image, and that is going to slightly make the image pale. So what I'll do next, I'll simply come to the blacks and simply take the blacks down to add more contrast into the image, so you can see the before and the after. Then the next step is going to be coming and correcting the white balance or the color regarding the image. So white balance is basically more of how cool or how warm the image is. So usually I tend to lean more on a warm or slightly warm white balance. So I'm just going to increase or add more warmth to this image to about 5700 kelvins. Then in case the image you shot is too blue or too yellow, you can simply adjust it from here. So to remove more yellows from the image, introducing more blues by moving the temperature slider towards the blue side. Then I'm just going to come to the vibrance, and usually I recommend that you use the vibrance slider or option instead of saturation, because when you add saturation to the image, colors are going to be crashing way easily than when you use vibrance. So to reset an adjustment, simply double click on the pointer, and that is going to reset the adjustment back to 0. So usually I would recommend that you use vibrance, because vibrance is very subtle and it is more gentle, and it's going to make the image pop. So vibrance is going to get the least saturated colors and try to push them to be on the same level with the more saturated colors in the image. So for this, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of vibrance to this very image. So after doing a little bit of color correction and contrast and lighting correction to the image, we are going to go to the next step, which is coming to the color mixer. So in the color mixer, we have the mixer panel, and we also have the point color. So under the mixer panel, we have these colors right here. We have the colors stated right here, and point color, we only have the point or the eyedropper tool. So how these are going to be working, we are simply going to come and first of all experiment with the point color. So in the point color, we only have the eyedropper tool. So for this, basically you have to choose this eyedropper tool and you sample a color that you want. So select it and click on the color of your choice, and it is going to be highlighted under this tiny square. So you can adjust the hue, saturation and luminance of the image. So hue is all about changing a color to a given shade. Saturation is the intensity of a color. Luminance is the brightness level of a given color. So for this, in case you want to increase on the saturation of the blues in the image, all we have to do is simply come into saturation and increase on the intensity of the blues in the image. Or you can as well move this higher or lower to reduce or increase on the size or the intensity of that given color. So we shall just go with about there. Looks okay. Don't overdo this. Then we are going to come to our luminance. So whenever you're trying to deal with luminance, be gentle with it. So when you come to luminance and you take the luminance slider all the way down, remember it is dealing with the brightness level of a color. So whenever you darken a given color, it is going to be causing fringing, especially where the bright colors are meeting with the more dark colors. You can see this black line right there. So you have to be gentle when it comes to the luminance option. So for this, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of luminance to the blues. So you can adjust any other color, because point color is going to be helping you adjust way more colors than the one stated right here under the mixer panel. So with point color, you can just come and sample more colors and decide to increase on the saturation accordingly, or play around with the hue values of a given color in the image. So we are going to come back to the mixer and we see how this is going to be working. So under mixer, we have hue, saturation, and luminance. Hue is all about changing a color. So usually we are going to come to our blues, and you can see I feel like I want to change the shade of the blue. Yeah. So when you move the luminance slider, for example, for a targeted color towards the right hand side, you're making that color look like a color below it under the hues. And in case you're moving it towards the left hand side, you're making that color look like a color above it. So in this case, I want to make the blues towards the aqua side. So I'm just going to move this towards the aqua side, just like that. And the image is going to be looking better at this point. So for the next step, we are going to also come to our greens. I feel like this is a little bit distracting, so I'm just going to play around with the color like that. So I'm just going to move this towards the aquas, just like that, to slightly desaturate it. Then I'll come to saturation. Remember, it is the intensity of a color, and reduce on the intensity of the green a little bit like that. Then I'll come to the blues, and in case you want to make the blues pop even more, you can add more of that intensity to the blues. So by just doing that, you can see the before and after for just using the color mixer panel. So in the next panel, we have color grading, and in color grading, we have these midtones, shadows, and highlights. So you can target a given area regarding the shadows, highlights, or midtones of the image. So usually I tend to add a little bit more of the oranges, especially in the midtones of the image. So I'm just going to come to the midtones and click in this middle and just move this towards a little bit towards my oranges like that. So the closer you move it towards the edge of the bigger circle, the more intense that color is going to be, and the closer you move it towards the center, the less intense that color is going to be. So usually I'm just going to be adding a little bit of oranges, especially to my midtones like that. So after understanding how color grading is going to be working, so you can adjust or add a given color. So you can see before and after. You can see we have slightly warmed up the skin tones of our model at this point. So we shall come down to our calibration. So calibration is very important in case you want to make the image pop even more. So the most important aspects are going to be the red primary and blue primary under calibration. So for this, we are basically going to start with the red primary. So in case you're not very conversant with the colors going to be affected by these adjustments, all I have to tell you is always experiment by simply coming to saturation and move this all the way up and see the colors that are going to be affected. You can see by moving this down, it is going to make the image pale, and by moving up the saturation slide, it is going to make the blues, the reds and yellows pop even more in the image. So for this, I'm just going to make those colors pop by adding this to about 4 looks okay, and play around with the hues. So usually I don't recommend that you play around with the hues of the reds, because it's going to be affecting more of the skin tones, and you don't want that to happen to your clients or to your models. So we shall come to blue primary and also experiment. You can see when I move this all the way up, you can see it is also going to make the colors in the image pop. So don't overdo this, just do it in a more subtle way like that. So I shall go with about 8 looks okay. So you can see the before and after for just the calibration. It is not too much, but it has contributed to making the image or the raw file pop at this point. So let's see the overall before and after for editing and color grading this raw file strictly in Camera Raw, or in case you have been using Lightroom, to follow along with this very tutorial. You can see this is the image initially before. You can see how dull or how muted the colors were at this point, and this is our image after, before and after. So this is it for this video. I hope you have learned a thing or two from this very video. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in 8 more videos on this channel. Don't forget, keep practicing, and as well keep creating.